I discovered Wilson Tree Works by looking on Yelp, and I found the name and I called and um, asked for an estimate because I needed some work done in my yard. That's how I heard about it. Okay, they came out and gave me a bid, and their bid was very good, so I decided to go with them. And the reason what they came out to do is I had one big bush, was kind of like an Italian spruce that had died, and so I needed that removed. And then I had a couple of trees that had fungus, and then while Robert was out, um, he found that I had also one of my trees had a moth um, infestation. Well, it's not really a moth. It's called the moth something. I can't tell you what it was, but it was an infestation. So he said that needed to be fixed. Otherwise it would kill my tree, my big pine tree. So, I went ahead and they removed my Italian spruce. They treated my trees, and then they also trimmed several trees in the front, and then my big pine tree and a couple of my trees in the backyard as well. And also, we had pulled out some stumps up above in our landing, but I hadn't taken them to the dumps yet. So while they were there, I said, "Oh, do you guys mind taking these stumps?" And they said, "No problem." And so they took the stumps away from me as well. So I thought that was really great. And they were on time. They did the service at a decent time. Didn't take them long, but they did a good job. And they cleaned up their messes, and they were on their way. Well, another thing happened that I had a problem with an infestation later on in the summer. I had an infestation with aphids, and I have a company that's supposed to be spraying my bushes and trees, but they said they couldn't come out to do that because they wouldn't be able to take care of me. So I called Robert at Wilson Trees, and I spoke to him and told him what I was having a problem with, and he said, "Well, I can come out and treat them. That's not a problem." And I said, "Oh, please do." And he came the very next day. I mean, he said, "I can come tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's wonderful." So he came out the very next day, took care of it, and no more problems. So, really good customer service. And I just really, in fact, I have to call him again because I have one tree that's dead in my backyard now. So we had been kind of watching it, thinking it might come back, but it hasn't. So I think I'm just going to call him to have him remove it. So, yes, very good service. If I had to rate Wilson Tree Service, I would give them a 5 out of 5, because they were always on time. They said that when they said they would come out, they would come out. Plus, when I called them for kind of an emergency call, they came right out. So they're on time. They do the work that is asked of. Plus, help. They did help me out, and they cleaned up their messes. So. Yes, very good. Very good service.